the general, sort of the traditional way of finding books in the Logos library would have been just using the search box in the top. So for example, you can type in Romans in that search box, and Logos will go through your library and try to find all the resources you have on Romans. Now, what you have to keep in mind when you run a search like this is if you had an author with the name Romans, so in other words, maybe his name is Peter Romans, his book would show up here also, even if it's not a commentary on Romans. Because when you use the search bar, it's really just a general search of your library, which most of the time is fine. Just understand that what I'm about to show you now is going to be a more specific way to find exactly what you want. Now, what's new in Logos as of recently, on the left-hand side of your library window or panel, you're going to see the filters sidebar. Okay, if you do not see that, you're going to need to click the hamburger menu up there in the top left, and that will slide your sidebar out. Okay, and at the top of your sidebar, you're going to see where it says filter. So these filters are really a game changer when it comes to being able to find the books that you need in your Logos library, especially if you have hundreds or even thousands of books. This will change everything for you as far as being able to find exactly what you need quickly. You'll see there's several different categories of filters. So you have the subject filters, which again, these are going to be kind of broad. These are Library of Congress subjects. And so, you can look through those and see if you see one that you feel like, kind of captures the subject you're looking for. This isn't usually my first place to start, but it is useful. So you can see I have a Hebrew language subject, and if I click that filter, it will then narrow down my entire Logos library just to all the resources that have been labeled as with the subject Hebrew language. So again, this is going to capture lexicons and grammars and things like that. Now you'll notice when I click a filter, they get listed up here in the top left. So every filter I click on will just continue to be listed up here. If I want to clear a filter, there's an X to the left of the filter. If I have multiple filters being used and want to clear all of them, I can click all in the far left, and that will clear all the filters and show me my entire book list. Now, when it comes to using these filters, my number one recommendation for most people is to start with the type filters. And the reason for that is most of the books in your Logos library are going to be labeled with type. And most of us know what type of resource we're looking for. We usually know if we're looking for a Bible, if we're looking for a systematic theology, or if we're looking for a Bible commentary, or a grammar, or a lexicon, or an atlas. They're all listed here. So if these are the only filters you can use, it's still going to make a world of difference for you. So let's do a quick example. So I'm going to click on Bible under the type section of filters. Now again, what this has done is it's taken my entire Logos library and it's only showing me resources that are Bibles. Now this is great, super helpful, but this is going to combine Greek and Hebrew and potentially other languages also. So this gives us an example of when we might want to use additional filters. So if I look over on the left-hand side, the filters have changed a little bit, and I'll see that there's a language section to the filters. In this library, I have 13 English Bibles, 9 Greek, 4 Hebrew, and 1 Latin. Now, I might only want to see my English Bibles right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on English and add a second filter. So now we're looking at all Bibles, and they're all specifically in the English language. Now, this is a perfect opportunity for us to learn about prioritizing, because you should teach Logos at least your favorite 3 English versions, and you could throw Greek and Hebrew in there also, but definitely English is a great place for us to start. So if I want to prioritize a Bible, you'll see I've already set my New American Standard, which is the reason why, if you've been noticing this, when I open a Quick Start layout, the New American Standard Bible always opens for me. The reason why that is because I have it set here as my top Bible. If I want to prioritize the English Standard Version, I'm just going to take my cursor and click and drag it over. So now the ESV is on the list. Let me see. I may also want to prioritize my New Living Translation. I'm going to grab it and drag it over. So it's that simple. I have taken 3 English Bibles, I've dragged them over and put them on the list. Now, when they're on the list, you can actually drag and rearrange them however you want. I could put the ESV at the top, and now that's going to be my main Bible that Logos defaults to. So keep in mind when you're prioritizing, you can really prioritize as many as you want, but it's normally going to be that first one of Bibles and commentaries and lexicons. The first one is the one Logos is going to open by default. Okay,